What's up guys, Duarte here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video surprisingly we are going to talk about Dormammu. So as it seems Dormammu is coming soon. This is pure speculation. I'm not part of the Envoy program, or I have no contacts on MSF, but I feel like the next patch it's gonna be a 2-month patch, or we'll have one patch and then we'll have 2 months patch. It was this similar in last year, and I smell that is going to be very similar, and that we'll get a full Eternal Steam plus Dark Dimension 5. And speaking of Dark Dimension 5, Dormammu on the screen, and wow, the guy looks amazing. Looks very cool, the armor, the art style and so on, and yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We are going to take a look at his kit. I have not seen it yet, and we are going to analyze it and make some reaction about it. This was an interview with Raman X and Todd Owens from MSF. I don't remember exactly what he does, but he does something on MSF. Okay, so let's get started. Dormammu reward from DD5, Dark Dimension 5, and is going to be similar to Dr. Doom. 7 yellow stars, and we can get him up to 4 red stars, so we can assume that first we get him to 5 and 2 red, and then to 7 and 4 red. He is a villain, cosmic, mystic and support. Nothing special about that, no affiliations, so he's somewhat similar to Silver Surfer. In terms of abilities, the basic is Eternal Darkness, Hyper Beam is the special, Dark Rain is the ultimate, and for the passive we have the Dread one. No new leaks here, it's still T4s, we still don't have T5s on this character, and they are showing him at level 85, gear tier 16, till gear whatever is, it's gear tier 16, don't make up names. Okay, so let's see, here they show the kit. What I want to find is the stats to show you, and now we have add. Okay, sorry for the ad, but Raman access to milk this video. Okay, so at level 85, gear tier 16, he has 876,000 health. That's actually not that much. We see Omega Red with a similar amount of health, and he is not supposed to be this ultra rare character. But yeah, of course it's a little bit higher, maybe 20% higher than Omega Red, 15%, something around that in terms of HP. In terms of damage, it's around the same place, just Omega Red can go to 7 red stars and this guy is at 4 red stars. 28,000 armor, once again similar to Omega Red at 7 red stars. And now let's take a look at his focus, 17,000, once again similar to Omega Red at 7 reds. 10% crit damage is the basic. Then we have 118 speed. Okay, that's interesting, and it's something that you have to keep in mind. Speed is very important in this game. Okay, so 0% dodge chance, 0% block chance, 25% block amount, the normal, and accuracy 100%, which is also normal. Okay, so those are the base stats. And some secondary stats. The base stats is the HP, armor, attack, focus, and resistance. The secondary stats are the crit, the block chance, and so on. Okay, so on the screen we have his kit. As expected, we have a massive passive. The ultimate looks huge. What we can tell right away is 7 out of 9 energy, yikes. And then we have 5 out of 5 energy for the basic. Okay, so once again, traits, villain, cosmic, mystic, and support. So this means that you can use him on Dark Dimension on the Cosmic lane. That's interesting. We can use Doctor Doom on the global lane. Now we have one for the Cosmic lane. We only need one character for the City lane. Can we have it? Okay, so let's get a look into his kit. Basic, Eternal Darkness, once again, attack all enemies for 360% plus 30% drain. What? What the F? Okay, so that's quite... attacks all enemies on the basic. What the F? That's crazy. 360%, nice multiplier, plus attacking all enemies, of course. 30% drain. Now, I didn't knew this about the drain, but drain is 30% of the base damage. It's not actually 30% of the damage we dealt. I thought it was the case, but it's not, and there is only one character in MSF that explains this. I don't remember which character, I think it's one of the end characters, but yeah, the way that the drain works is 30% of his base damage. And that's why sometimes the ultimate from Thanos doesn't heal that much. Okay, so attack all enemies for 300% plus 30% drain. It's very good. So very good. We have inside. we can see from the cooldowns of the other abilities that we are going to use this basic quite a lot. Okay, so now clear immunity from all enemies. If an enemy does not have immunity, clear one other positive effect instead. Okay, so this is going to be important. They show here in the video that supposedly Dormammu is going to challenge the meta on the arena, and he's going to be the most effective against the Infinity Watch. That's nice, but we also have calls for immunity on the Weapon X team. So if in case the Weapon X team or some kind of legendary soup is used on arena, this guy is also going to be effective against them. But so far extremely powerful basic. If this character has ability block, fill the speed bar by 80%. So in case you are facing Adam Warlock and the ability blocks this character, you are going to get one extra turn. Very cool. This attack cannot miss. Yikes. So he is resistant to blind and to all kinds of things. It cannot miss, so if it cannot miss, I think it can be blocked, but cannot miss means that even if you are blinded, you are still going to hit. I think there is a few rules about this. So very powerful basic. There is no reason why you shouldn't do this basic all the time unless the other abilities are even crazier. So let's take a look at the special. Hyper Beam 5 energy comes full. Apply stun and trauma for 2 turns on the primary target. Attack primary target and adjacent targets for 300% only. Yikes. Okay, so we have a stun plus 2 trauma on a single target, and then we have 300% damage on adjacent targets. Yikes, that's trash. Apply slow and heal block for 2 turns to adjacent targets, but not on the primary target. Why? Okay. Gain 3 charge. This attack cannot be blocked. Okay, so this is good if we are facing characters with a lot of block chance, like Captain America Sam Wilson or the Silver Samurai guy, because of the deflects and so on. So we'll be able to stun them. Now, based on the speed, we will definitely be able to stop either of them. I'm not sure about Captain America Sam Wilson. I think he's still going to have his turn, but it's interesting nevertheless. Okay, so now let's take a look at the ultimate Dark Rain. 7 energy out of 9, so we can only do this on the second turn. And the 7 out of 9, it means that this character is not going to be that great for raids. You can still use him, and especially because he is cosmic, so maybe Thanos meta is coming back, maybe, because this guy will definitely require a lot of energy. Okay, so clear all negative effects from self and clear heal block from all allies. Okay, interesting. This is going to be good against a few teams, Heroes for Hire for example, so maybe the New Warriors, which is the team that display this guy with, as you can see here. Maybe this team, the New Warriors plus Dormammu, is going to be able to counter the New Warriors, the Heroes for Hire, based on the speed. We have 118, that's pretty decent, and removing heal block. Okay, so now we have heal self and all allies for 40% of this character's max health. He has already max tons of health, 900, almost 900,000 without ISO 8, so that's pretty insane. He's going to reach almost 1 million with ISO 8. So that's a lot. Attack the primary target for 300% piercing, okay. Attack all enemies, including the primary target, for 500% piercing. Yikes, so he's dealing 800% piercing to the primary target and 500% to everyone else. That's amazing. Apply offense down for 2 turns, defense down for 2 turns, and slow for 2 turns for all enemies. You know that you don't need to repeat the 2 turns all the time, right? Apply offense up for 2 turns, defense up for 2 turns, and speed up for 2 turns to all allies. So, can you survive with the New Warriors against the Heroes for Hire for 2 turns? I'm not sure about this. It's something that is quite problematic, but in case you survive, you might be able to destroy 1 or 2 characters with this ability. This attack is unavoidable, cannot be blocked or counter-attacked. Okay, so tons of damage, 800 plus 500% piercing is just massive. Then we have the ultimate from Philavel, and then we have the ultimate from Scientist Supreme on all enemies. This guy is just insane. Once again, he clears heal block from all allies, clears negative effects from all allies. So it will be 2 characters, Dagger plus Dormammu, being able to remove the heal block from the team. Very, very interesting, but we need to see. So what do we do with the charges? We just read that we get charges with a special, so what do we do with the charges? Let's see. Now we have the passive, the dreaded one. This character cannot revive, so you can take him to Dark Dimension for the Cosmic Line, but you cannot, you shouldn't bring Minerva because she's not going to be able to revive him. If health is full at the start of the match and this character is not a clone, okay, interesting. All allies gain revive once, does not stack. Okay, so if you have Adam Warlock together with him, you are not going to be able to revive Adam Warlock 2 times, I assume. Then they revive with 40% of the character's max health. So interesting. Very, very interesting. So this ability will not work if he's a clone, but everything else will be. So that's still pretty cool. Now, on spawn and on turn, if this character has 2 or more allies, revive once, gain defense up. 3 or more allies, revive once, gain defense up, offense up. And then if you have 4 or more allies with revive once, gain immunity. Okay, so let's try to understand how this works. If you have Dormammu, he cannot revive, but if all his allies will have this buff, revive, at the beginning of the turn. So if they have the revive buff at the beginning of the turn, Dormammu will have on spawn, if this character has, okay, so on spawn he will have defense up, offense up, and immunity. And everyone else just has a revive buff. Okay, cool. On enemy turn, if charged, flip all positive effects to negative effects. and apply 2 bleed to that enemy. On enemy turn, flip all positive effects. Okay, so yikes. This is definitely going to counter the heroes for hire because they have so many turns so fast, because they have all the speed early on, turn meter and so on. So yeah, all the positive effects they will have, they will turn into bleeds, and those bleeds will end up removing the charges from them. Interesting, very very interesting. And while all of this, you have these buffs protecting Dormammu. Cool. On turn, if charged, lose 1 charge. Okay, so nothing special here. On stun, clear all stun and apply regeneration to self. Okay, so similar to Dr. Doom, he is immune to stun, but instead of getting slow, which is actually terrible, he gets regeneration to self. Interesting. Now, when this character drops below 50% health, gain Safeguard for 2 turns and Stealth for 2 turns. So, he goes on Stealth and you cannot remove him from Stealth because of the Safeguard. So this is very interesting because he has both Trauma and Safeguard on the same character. This is quite insane. And it's not, it can happen multiple times. As you can see, there is no restriction on this. It can happen multiple times. It's not based on the charges. So what's the point of the charges? On turn, if charged, lose 1 charge. What's the point of the charge then? I don't understand. The charges don't do anything. What? Okay, so yikes. If you guys understand what the charges do, let me know, because so far I don't understand what the charges do. Okay, let's continue. So very interesting, he can get stealth multiple times if you have any way to heal him back up, or you can use the ultimate to heal him back up. So yeah, this guy is going to be extremely powerful on Alliance Wars and also on Arena. Okay, so I can see already some teams to use with him. Very very interesting. Okay, so let's continue. With this character, blah blah blah, gain 50% max health. So yikes, but I think this 50% max health are already part of what shows there. So those 800,000, it already counts with this extra 50% max health. Gain 50% resistance for each mystic character. So this is both allies and enemies. Todd Owens has already explained that in the video. And while this character has stealth, gain 30% block chance. So not only you get stealth, you get a safeguard. So in case you get somehow death proof, you'll be extremely protected from dying. Very very interesting. Now lower the assist chance of all cosmic brawlers by 50%. This bonus is increased by additional 50% while this character is above 50% max health. Okay, so if you want to get any assists out of this guy, you need to get him under 50% HP. So if you need to watch against this guy, you need to get him very very low, so we get assists from Nebula. So yeah, a bunch of T4s that we did now, they are pretty much useless. But I still don't understand what the charges do. So you get 3 charges and then what? On turn, if charged, lose 1 charge. On stun, clear. Okay, so lose 1 charge and does what? It doesn't do anything, so I don't understand. Very very funny, very very interesting kit for Dormammu. He's not a summoner, he has 1 heal, he has 1 stun, right? He has 1 stun, yes. And he has trauma, both trauma and safeguard, and he will be very similar to Loki, as he will go on stealth and protect himself. So it's very very powerful. I see a lot of possibilities with this guy. We can use him together with the new warriors as they use here. but we can definitely make some kind of legendary soup and make this guy more interesting, because there is no restriction here on anything. Like, there is this call here for mystic characters, but everything else, it's not based on mystic characters. But I'm still interested on knowing what exactly the charges do, because on turn, if charge loses charge, okay, and then what? It doesn't say, so I don't know. Did I miss something? You guys let me know in the comments below. But yeah, that's gonna be the video, guys. Dormammu is finally coming. Are you guys anywhere near ready? I have one item of this new teal gear for the mutants, but beyond that, I'm missing a lot of the basic gear and the origin gear. I have more mini uniques than the basic gear. That's interesting as well. How are you guys doing in terms of progress? Are you guys already with any characters with the gear tier 16 or not? Let me know in the comments below. And that's gonna be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Smash that like button like a boss. And if you found the information on this video helpful, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.